the chat again, just because. Live chat. And let's pop it out. Pop it out, pop it out, pop it out. Took me only 30 minutes to get it all set up. Remarkable stuff. Okay. This over here. Let's see what. Okay, hello. The game has died, or is it? It had to resize and all of a sudden it froze. Is it just thinking? Okay. We're just gonna... Hello? You ready to let me restart my game? Apparently not. Hello? We're running into all the Linux issues right now. It's okay. We're streaming this live to 2 places. First being Twitch, which is our usual, and second is YouTube. playing on Linux as always. And I would do a recap for you all, but let's just do. We've suffered enough. Let's just get screen is black. I fixed it. Is it black on Twitch? Hold on. It seems to be going on Twitch. Hello? Yeah, it's going.
Ambassador Spock, my senior staff.
Hey, it's the Spock Man. My YouTube channel is also Chadzilla007. I remade it special for you all. Oh, I'm gonna have to enable borderless window because I often need to pop over to chat to just do something. Oh my god, let's try this again. It's just much more fast. To do it this way. Made with Lua. Crazy. Settings. We need to make this. Will this make it borderless? No. We can at least be in a good resolution. It's crazy. A game doesn't have. Okay. It does have borderless if you just make it the right resolution. Anyway, let me know, Diane Thux. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for chatting. Let me know if the live stream on YouTube is good as well. Let me know if the sound levels are good. And let's just play some game. That's what we're all here for. To see Spock's beautiful face. Wow, this is already getting a little bit hot.
Ambassador Spock, my senior staff. It's not every day that a captain gets to welcome a Starfleet legend.
You flatter me, Captain Solano. But legend implies the past tense, whereas I am very much focused on our present
Excellent.
circumstances.
Thank you.
I didn't mean to suggest you were stuck in the past.
Oh, and
You're
the chat's
right,
also doing there. But you are a legend.
Most diplomatic
some
choice of
future.
words.
We're all curious about the future, Ambassador. Specifically, what exactly are we getting involved in here?
We got the basics from Starfleet. Two formerly peaceful neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Indeed, and the tension between them grows fiercer by the hour.
Middle-aged Spock.
Olivia and Hotari. The Illydians are the more advanced species. They made first contact with the Hotari over a century ago. This is Tau, the Hotari moon. It is rich in dilithium, and for decades, the Hotari and the Illydians have shared a mining operation there. The Illydians provide the technological resources, while the Hotari have served as the labor force. The stability of that arrangement was the source of their peace, until recently. The Hotari have suddenly and forcefully seized control of the mining operations, and expelled the Illydians from their system.
Oh, are they gonna dunk on
That
communism?
is the official story, as told by the Hotari when they requested Federation mediation. But the details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.
Have they retaliated?
Have the Illydians retaliated against the Hotari? Or taken any action against them?
Surprisingly, they have not yet responded in kind. They were open to a Federation presence, but it is unlikely the relatively primitive Hotari forces would stand a chance against the Illydian fleet in open war. Left unchecked, this conflict will result in more bloodshed, which is what
A couple of backwater
And
planets.
the dilithium trade hangs in the balance.
Clearly,
yeah.
the Hotari have been exploited in this relationship.
Maybe we can persuade
Oh,
them peace is
damn.
more
She's the real
profitable
one.
alternative for everyone. They
Oh.
both profited from the money. And for the Hotari, something is better than nothing. Peace is our objective, after all.
That is correct.
We can call it profitable or mutually beneficial, but at the end of the day, the Hotari are still being exploited for their own resources.
True peace is not merely the absence of war.
Damn.
And as such, this conflict will surely come again.
Neither the Illydians or the Hotari are members of the Federation.
That's a woke take for
Can't
Spock.
make them do anything.
There is an additional complicating factor I should mention. In the past, the Federation has relied on the Illydians as a source of dilithium.
That certainly changes things.
Federation sources its dilithium from a lot of places.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
So I guess we're culpable.
That means the Hotari have no reason to trust us.
I wouldn't go that far.
We are completely neutral in this matter.
Globalist
on neither one
thugs.
side nor the other. Any suggestion otherwise would compromise our position. Given the Federation's involvement in the Illydian dilithium trade, Captain Solano and I must make every effort to appear neutral in these negotiations.
What worries me is if this whole thing unravels and we're at the mercy of the storm at less than full strength.
We can't let it come to that.
Considering what the ion storm has done to our ship and the ambassador's shuttle, we have to assume the Illydian fleet has had problems with it as well. This recent surge in the energy disturbance temporarily levels the playing field.
It's true.
Commander Westbrook is correct. The energy anomalies around the Hotari systems have been noted in the past. But they have never been observed on the orders of magnitude we have seen in recent weeks.
That may answer why the Hotari were able to strike back after so long. They finally had an opportunity and they took it.
That would also explain the
Wow.
Illydians' restraint.
Reason to learn as much about the energy
Damn.
anomaly as we can while we are here. We do
There's
not
so
want
many
to be
layers.
caught at a disadvantage of our own.
They literally they layered on so many things in that like little briefing. I swear to God, it was going rapid fire with all of the associations or like layers of the story. Looking if I have a pen within arm's reach, because I want to make sure to write that we're supposed to be neutral. Does a pen exist is the question. I'll be back. let's see. As soon as I write this thought, I'll ask myself. Okay, we're blue. We're writing in blue today with a fountain pen. Spock says we gotta be neutral. Must be neutral in negotiation. We're globalist hawks. Jara's keen intellect, unique insight into the Hotari Elydian dynamics. Conflict during the mission briefing. I'll try. I'm already maxed out on the fan, I think. Let's see. Is it doing a decent job cooling?
It's closer. It's pretty closely down there.
The vents are expelling pretty lots of heat. Okay. No, we're exiting again. Let's keep
I
going.
trust we understand our circumstances.
We're operating on a strict timetable here, and we're going to be leaving for the negotiations shortly. Commander Westbrook, I want you to leverage our systems to investigate the anomaly from here while we're gone.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you all.
Dismissed.
I want to speak to both of you privately.
Uh-oh. There's even things that they won't tell the others.
Ambassador Spock, I'd like to make a formal introduction. My first officer, Commander Jara Ryder.
Commander, as you are aware, there are limits to what Captain Solano and I can do in our official capacity as representatives of the Federation. But someone in an unofficial capacity, your first officer, for example, would not be bound by those restrictions. Commander Ryder could ingratiate herself to certain parties behind the scenes, where they may be more candid in revealing information that could lead to a resolution.
She
I'm a
certainly
spy?
goes her own way. Maybe that helps in this case. It would be unconventional, but I'm not opposed to it.
I'm not a diplomat.
With all due respect, Ambassador, I'm not a trained diplomat.
That's exactly what we're going to leverage.
I began my time in Starfleet as a science officer, not as an ambassador. We must be adaptable in the line of duty.
Well, I hope Commander Ryder will have more luck finding out what really happened.
Wait, he also liked caution when presented with her back channel missions.
And we will through official diplomatic channels.
The fate of the negotiations, the interests of the Federation, and the prospect for peace very well depend on it.
That's crazy. A Star Trek CRPG would go so hard. Hey, it's Scar Girl.
Mr. Diaz, I understand you have already discussed the warp drive failure with Ambassador Spock.
I have.
It is imperative that the Ambassador's shuttle be flight ready. I need you both to ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander. I thought you would have wanted to work on Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments, but I do not derive any satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow transubstantiated through its association with it. Especially when I have the entirety of this starship to concern myself with. I am not the chief engineer of this shuttle.
When you look at it logically, yes, it is just a shuttle. No different than any of the others.
There is plenty that is different about it, and that is what you are to investigate. But please limit your findings to
Dude, this
observable
guy is
scientific
immune
phenomena.
to sucking up.
We'll try to restrain ourselves.
Then I will leave you to it. Make note of any abnormalities in your report. Carry on.
One nice thing about Vulcans, Chovak is the only person who didn't look at this and treat me like I was something to pity. Doc says I should get used to it.
Immune to glazing. This guy is. The writing is next level in this game. The glazing Vulcan bus is immune to ingratiating tactics. The sucking up, yeah.
Doesn't mean I want to be reminded of it every minute of the day.
Compliment.
Hey, you won't get pity from me. I think it makes you look tough. As tough as you really are. Yes.
And that makes you sound pretty smart. I might need you to save me from myself next time, though. Come on. Let's get to the bottom of this.
Dude, everyone's feeling neutral about me today.
All set. Let's run the diagnostic.
Okay. Tap. That's crazy. Okay, this is clunky as hell. That finger move, a natural ass animation.
I know about your talk with Miranda.
You do?
She sent me a Priority 1 dispatch right after your conversation. I'm happy for you. Both of you.
Thanks.
But I'm only going to tell you this once. Don't screw this up. Because I would be very unhappy if you tried this out and then, I don't know, 6 weeks or 6 days later I have to start splitting holidays between the two of you. All because things went south and you're not on speaking terms.
Are you upset?
That just isn't gonna work for me. And I know you'll respect that.
You really don't believe in me, huh?
It's not you. Or her. Just running the numbers, and things don't work out more often than they do. I like my friends, and I like our group. I don't want to lose that. Is that thing done?
Yeah, it's wrapping up.
That's crazy.
Let's see. The relays along the primary EPS are blown. The backup relays are all intact.
An EPS overload from the warp drive could cause that. But how did the shuttle end up dead in the water?
Oh. Maybe the ship's data recorder can tell us something.
Ooh. I love being able to stare at the classic,
They were only about 8 minutes
overlays.
from their plotted warp point. No faults, just those warnings. What are they?
What are they?
Subspace variance out of tolerance. What does that mean?
It means the main navigation array lost sight of space somehow.
Will the array going offline cause that?
Yes, but it should have also thrown a fault code.
Well, it did. The fault code is what we were just reading.
The warp field became inverted suddenly.
I've seen this happen when the center warp coil cracks.
A cracked warp coil throws a fault code.
Still, we should take a look.
There was a complete warp cascade failure.
Wow. They're lucky the shuttle didn't turn inside out.
Makes me think the computer panicked on the warp field equation.
Any one of these failures should have thrown a fault.
If it was caused by a system failure.
None of this caused the relays to blow. Roll forward to when that happened.
Yes, ma'am.
So, if I understand this correctly, what they're saying is that there was sabotage done so that they would purposely fall out of warp. That's good. That's a crazy ass sabotage. Or a version of a trap, I guess. Since that's not a thing in sci-fi. Sabotage the warp field. Warp field? Yeah. Fall out of FTL.
So here, they take a moment to get their bearings and they attempt to re-engage the warp drive.
There. That's the relays blowing.
And look, there's another warp system alert.
They're all the same. Subspace variants out of tolerance, or warp inversions. Finally, there's a complete warp cascade failure.
Then it's one of two things. Either a warp coil is cracked or the navigation array is offline.
That makes sense.
Divide and conquer. You want to check the warp coils or the navigation array? I'll check the other. Let's not overcomplicate this. One of these systems is likely broken.
Navigation array. Warp coils. I'll take a look at the warp coils. That sounds
I'll check the nacelles.
physical. Oh, tricorder puzzles. Oh, this is gonna be cool. Oh, sick. Ha. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Wouldn't you know, I'm looking at warp coils. Oh. Some objects you scan will activate a deep scan. Switch between different scan modes for glowing objects. When you have scanned all the objects, the frame will change color. Okay. Oh, they moved me? Oh, that's crazy. Radiation, chemical. The center coils guide the warp field through its focal ports. No fractures detected. Collimated thrust vector. The leading coils show evidence of routine maintenance to repair micro abrasions from neutrino interactions. This is excellent technobabble. Leading coils show evidence of routine maintenance to repair micro abrasions from neutrino interactions. Okay, so this thing's been well maintained, seemingly. Polyframe depositions. Is there a thing in the other band? Yeah, okay, it was blinking to show me that. In their standby state, warp coils produce a residual electromagnetic field. Yeah, so I found all the anomalies.
I checked every coil on the port nacelle for imbalances. If any coil in either engine were cracked, I would have detected it. So, it must be the navigation array.
Except it's not. Checked and double-checked.
Well, the readings don't lie.
Here comes the security detail for the way team.
Do they? Do they not? Did they change my shirt? Oh shit!
Hey.
I'm not here.
Unofficial capacity.
We're escorting the
Oh hey,
negotiating team
it's
to
the girl.
surface as soon as they come down from the bridge. I don't want to interrupt some important work. I was just hoping to see you before I go. The captain and the others will be here in a minute now. Should be an interesting...
So she's going down as security for Ambassador Spock. And, I don't really understand what she's asking me, though. She wants me to, spend time with me, like right now in this minute.
Right, down to the surface.
And then important job. Gotta look busy for the boss. Always time for you.
Come on, I'm never too busy to make time for you.
That's not true.
No. But I am glad you came by.
No, that's more accurate.
I gotta be precise with you, huh?
Hey, Maris. Aren't these those button pushers you're always hanging out with?
And you're the phaser jockeys we always beat in Parisi squares, right?
All aboard for Hotari.
Damn, she cooked them.
That another one of the captain's railroad things?
Gotta be. I just usually zone out by the time he gets to the whole steam engines were the warp drives of their day part. Catch y'all later.
You don't want to miss your train.
Choo-choo.
I do have to go. Not gonna lie, I'd rather not leave right now. More important things on my mind.
Do me a favor. Come back safe.
Deal. Be seeing you.
Damn. Close to chose the date around Lower Decks romance. Lower Decks dalliance.
If you could float back down to reality, we still have a ways to go.
Hold on. I was maybe thinking of kissing her, but I felt like yeah, we just talked about maybe potentially becoming a thing, and like I don't know the history with those two guys. I feel like you gotta put in a little bit more work before you kiss a girl goodbye. You know what I mean? Oh ho ho. Yeah, we gotta work up to it.
All right.
If I knew more of the history, yeah.
So the warp
that's a
coils in the
different story.
navigation array are fine, but the nav computer doesn't seem to think so.
I'm out of ideas short of field stripping the shuttle from bow to stern.
You want to take this out of the shuttle and throw it on the bench?
Oh, real hands-on maintenance. I like it. Okay, the nav computer is patched into the ship.
The ship's computer can double-check our work.
That's crazy.
If the shuttle's nav computer is putting out false data, we'll know it.
Let's run through the shuttle's logs again.
I'm running now.
Now we're in the 3D verse.
Warp field inversion and cascade failure. However,
Same.
the Resolute computer doesn't show the same subspace variance.
We're in the same conditions that the shuttle was in when it failed. Why wouldn't the ship's computer get a matching result?
What if the subspace variance was a momentary occurrence?
That's a possibility, and it would explain why the simulation under our current sensor readings failed to reproduce the issue.
But a subspace anomaly strong enough to cause a warp field collapse would leave graviton with us for days.
Let's run with the momentary subspace variance theory for now.
Oh my god, these guys are so stupid. How do they not realize that the logs have been tampered with? Alright, chat, this is... I'm gonna go back here and clip this if I end up being it right. Because I'm gonna say, I called it. If I see the plot, where the plot is going, I'm gonna call it out. And then, run it back and be like, guys, plot alert. Now there's a fun way of, I guess, making the book, like doing book reports or whatever. I like playing RPG games, like reading and stuff. Seems like tough to do. Like I don't think of that as being content that's hugely popular. Like I just don't see it. But maybe there are places where that content is great. I'll write this as a neutral thought in a neutral color. Games, not this. Callouts plus book discussion. Yeah, I'll mark it like that. Like there's something really that the story nerds can sink their teeth into, possibly. Good little messages check. Yo, we're dual streaming, yo.
Roll forward to the shuttle's attempt to re-engage the warp drive. We need the conditions of space around the shuttle at the moment of warp failure.
Resuming simulation.
Error in warp field calculation. Cochrane formula variables are out of range.
That right there. Take the shuttle sensor data from that moment.
Computer, why did the warp field calculation fail?
Warp field pressure returned non-orthogonal. Results are undefined.
That doesn't help.
Wait, what if we use a different ship? A
the Resolute into the simulation instead of the shuttle.
Yeah. Should work just fine. Unless... Computer, run the simulation with the...
Unless the variables in the log are reading as different, and then the Navic computer well, the Navic computer is fine, but it's showing an error in error. Like, it's wrong about being wrong. Because basically when they put the ship in there, what's going to happen is that the warp corridor is going to be revealed to be fine, and then they're going to realize, like, nah, this is wrong. Something else made it fail, and it was basically given a remote signal to drop out of warp. Maybe the twist is that there is no failure.
Resolute simulated.
Computer, give me manual control on the warp power.
Static field intensity warp 1.1. 1.2. 1.3. Warp pressure is destabilizing. Error in warp field calculation. The warp drive has experienced a system-wide cascade failure. Warp field collapsed. Subspace variance is out of tolerance. Cochrane formula results are undefined.
Bingo.
What-o?
The same moment when the shuttle failed to warp, so did the ship. Whatever happened to the shuttle just happened to us. The Resolute will not sustain warp.
We can't leave Hotari space.
Oh, okay. I was wrong. That's crazy. The ion storm prevents anybody from leaving or presumably coming in. That's crazy. Oh, that's their ships. We just saw the Yuldan ships or whatever. Ayuldani? I forget. This is a very good quality being in a Star Trek episode. It's a very good reproduction of that.
Ambassador Spock, Captain Solana, welcome to Hotari. We are honored you have come. My name is Tylos Altanis, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
The honor is ours. And this is Commander Jara Rydick, first officer aboard the USS Resolute. You'll find she has a keen mind and unique insight into the dynamics between the Hotari and the Lydians.
Damn, he just glazed me. He just gave me a compliment. He's like, this woman knows her shit.
We are honored to be here as representatives of the Federation.
I'm so glad.
These must be the representatives of the mighty Federation, the reigning authority in the galaxy. Or so we've been led to believe. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. But, either way, we're grateful you've made the time to come to our little corner of the universe.
And you are?
This is Galvin, and this is Sif.
I want to pause to like do a screenshot.
The heroes of the revolt in the mines.
I'll just take a stream screenshot. The revolt in the mines. Oh, okay. Now these are the
Let's
other
hope
race.
this is the last time we ever have to come here.
If you'll excuse me.
I was like, that woman looks like she's not part of, is still the same species as this guy. But sometimes the in the...
Did you hear the arrogance from that guy? I don't know what we're walking into here.
Hold on. The question is the arrogance from which guy?
That guy was something.
Something about his tone tells me this won't be easy.
That was my sense as well.
I doubt he speaks for all of Hotari. So I would urge patience until we speak with their queen.
Oh shit, a monarchy? I thought this was like some kind of oppressed backwater. Bowing, not bowing. Show deference, show strength. Oh, she smiled.
Ambassador Spock, welcome to Hotari Prague.
The honor is mine, Your Majesty.
That the Federation would send one of their most respected representatives is not only an honor to the Hotari people and their queen, but a recognition of our stature and importance.
Let's get on with it, shall we? With all due respect to the Federation and their ambassador, they have no authority here. We are not members of their alliance. We are not subject to their rule, nor yours. We demand the immediate return of all mining operations to Elydian control, as it has been for centuries and will be for centuries more. That has always been our understanding.
That understanding has changed.
Then you invite war.
And if you cannot remain silent, you will be silenced. This point is well taken. What is the Federation's interest in this matter? Perhaps you would have us trade one oppressor for another?
The Federation remains neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution of this conflict. We are here at your request, Your Majesty.
For now.
Saying this wouldn't be...
Damn. I can't believe she asked them in front of the delegation, why... Bro, why are you guys here? It's like inviting someone to your house and then like turning to them at the party and then you're like, bro, so why you here? Oh my god, if the host of a party told me that, I would be like, what do you mean? That is ridiculous. Oh man.
Easy is an understatement. I thought they wanted us here.
Was there something you wanted to say, Captain?
Oh, no. My apologies.
And what about the Clovia?
She's not part
She can speak for herself, can't she? Then let her.
Is this a matriarchy? Low-key. I thought this was some woke shit. I can't believe it. Reactionary. Reactionary matriarchy. What? Why are we going closer? Hello?
Now then, what is your name?
Commander Jara Rydek. Your Majesty.
Being a Kobyard, you would know better than anyone. Your people suffered brutal treatment at the hands of the Cardassians. Their injustice towards the Kobyard is as unimaginable as it is unforgiving. Not unlike how we have been treated by the Elidians.
As much as they'd have you believe they are the victims here, remember it was the Hotari who attacked us.
Down. So it's evident that now I understand why they were making a big deal about Jara's race, and I guess this is why it shows that it gives a good reason for as to why she's not human. Because like the fact that she's not human and that it also serves the plot makes this good writing. Because if they had just cast her as a human or whatever, people would just be like, oh, you know, well, you have a boy character and a girl character. Reactions on patriarchy. That Jara is name singled out by the Queen. Singled out by the Queen because I guess it's not because of her race necessarily, but because of her experiences at the hands of imperialism. Status as a colonialized victim.
Hundreds of innocent Elidians were slaughtered without mercy in those mines.
The blood is on their hands, not ours.
Quiet!
By the Cardassians. It's good I have background on this. And they have a lot of deep lore that they can throw in.
If after all the Kobyard suffered, you finally had the chance to right that wrong, to get out from under their control, would you take it? Or would you negotiate peace?
I can't speculate on something that never happened, Your Majesty. Sadly, that opportunity never came for the Kobliad.
No. It did not. But we'd be wise to learn from their example before we too find ourselves facing extinction. The Federation is the most powerful, most advanced alliance in the galaxy. It's...
I got it. So part of the thing is Yara's race joined the Federation to be free of Dacia. God, my handwriting has gotten so bad because everything is typed nowadays. It's been years since I've had to write anything on like a... I mean, I guess the thing is, you just lose the practice. Right. Notes to stay sharp and in practice. It's literal life's challenges.
Widely known we have an abundance of dilithium in our mines, and it's in your interest to secure a steady supply.
Your Majesty, if I may.
Ambassador Spock would have us believe you're here as a neutral party in the interest of peace. So why are you really here? I want the truth, not your Federation rhetoric.
It's possible the Federation has an interest in both peace and securing a steady source of dilithium. One does not preclude or prevent the other. But that's just my personal opinion.
Even the Federation has done business with the Illidians for decades. I would agree. It's entirely possible, if not highly likely.
What they haven't said, but cannot deny, is a simple truth. The dilithium trade would not and will no longer exist without a Lydian involvement. We created it for the benefit of everyone, especially the Hotari. We've given them warp technology. We've let them share in the profits. We've made their lives infinitely better than before dilithium was discovered. All of that goes away if the Federation turns a blind eye to their treachery.
That is enough of your lies! The Hotari are quite capable of running the mines. We've done so for centuries. So tell me, who deserves control of the dilithium trade and the mines on town? Who should the Federation recognize? Or the Illidians? Only be one or the other, not both.
If I have to choose only one, then it would have to be the Hotari.
Well said. How could the just and wise Federation make any other choice.
This is an outrage. The Federation has lost all credibility.
Mines are ours. Lydia will not be deterred. We'll take back our mines by any means necessary.
Then you will see more blood spilled.
I am more than willing to address your concerns, Your Majesty. Yours as well, Representative. But I suggest we could have a more productive conversation with a smaller group. Perhaps only the most essential representatives.
They have the fucking rocks in their bones.
I hope we meet again, Jaro.
He was not happy with that decision. Someone had to not be.
Spock and I will cover everything on the diplomatic front. You make nice with the locals and see if you can get some answers. We need to find out why the Hotari are so willing to risk war. What happened to these mines?
Sorry. Meant to. Whoopsie. Wrote it in the wrong color. Sloppy notes. Just like in school. Tick tick tock. And he just said that why find out Hotari's wanna fight so bad. I mean, number one, I definitely think that the game is probably going to reward being more woke. So the metagaming aspect of this is like, how will you know? Because like this isn't the normal kind of. It's heavily implied who the wrong faction is. You know, like the writers definitely have a certain agenda with their politics. You know, I mean, it's Star Trek. You know which way it leans. Alright, well, we're talking to the locals.
Commander, I'm glad you've chosen to side with the Hotari. I knew the Federation would see through the Illidians' baseless claims and protect the interests of my people.
Even though the Hotari should have control of the mines, some of the Illidian claims are still valid.
There you're wrong, but we can agree to disagree.
I assume you were there the day the mines were seized from the Illidians.
Not seized. Reclaimed. And restored to their rightful owners. Yes, I was there. We had to be decisive. Before the Illidians could even realize their worst nightmares upon them.
I'm curious why the Illidians haven't fought back. They have the ability to retake the mines anytime they want.
Ability is one thing. Courage is another. The Illidians know any hostile action on their part will not end well. They respect one thing above all else, and that is force. The greater the force, the more certain the outcome. Any talk of making peace is just that, and worth little without the strength to secure it. Which makes me wonder about your ship, the Resurgence. Undoubtedly the Federation's finest warship. Ready to contend with anything the Illidians might have in store.
Damn. He's like, we could certainly win this if you put your big bad ship with lots of tech in there to help us.
Is that not true? Maybe I've misjudged it.
No need to worry. Even in a worst-case scenario, the fleet is always within reach.
But it would probably take them quite some time to get here.
Maybe. Or we might have other ships in the sector.
Of course.
Projecting force. There we go. This guy's like, they only respect force. Okay, let's project some force. Suggesting to them that we are mightier than we really are. Scientist warriors.
Sit on.
A pleasure meeting you, Commander. I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
So these guys are like cave orcs in a way. Like dwarves, but also they're orcs. Interesting. Let's appreciate the water.
Soothing.
I thought so too. With the waterfalls in the back.
Such rough terrain. No wonder the Hotari are so tough.
I see. Yeah, these guys would win in a ground war for sure. So that's the ambassador. Oh, we'll maybe speak to her last.
I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know, but these negotiations rely on the Federation's neutrality, as does any hope you might have for a supply of dilithium in the future. So, why you would choose to side with the Hotari escapes me. Without Illidian involvement, there is no dilithium trade. But clearly, you weren't aware.
We are and will remain completely neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution to this conflict.
As is ours. Of course, the question is, at what price?
You could have just looked me up.
Major Solid Arminta, Special Attaché, Illidian Armed Forces. Pleasure to meet you, Commander.
I'm sorry. They sent in a general to fucking negotiate? Yeah, no wonder they have bad fucking vibes, dude. I mean, these guys are clearly British AF. That is crazy. I wish I had a sticker that would go right there. Oh my god, there is. Okay. I guess I've never used stickers in my... I've seen some people do this. In school. Long time ago. I have not figured out a special time to whip these guys out, but my Japanese stickers. Put it right there. Hopefully you can get this. We'll see what the quality's like on the replay. There you go. Little exclamation mark next to where I made my...
I have my issues with the Hotari, but I have to give them some credit. They know how to seize an opportunity. Inciting an uprising the same day as a massive, once-in-a-lifetime ion storm.
Our assumption was that this storm was just an anomaly.
Yes, a very convenient anomaly. At least that was what we were told. Of course, I wasn't there. But who am I to say otherwise?
Something tells me there's more to the story. So what
The story is that it was the storm that enabled the revolt. How else do a bunch of unarmed, unorganized miners seize control of an entire moon, much less thousands of miles? But I've talked to people who were there. They tell a different story. They say they're lucky to have escaped with their lives. That it was more than just the storm. That somehow the miners were able to harness the energy from the storm. I know it sounds crazy. I'm not even sure I believe it myself.
What? Space sorcery? They have space shamans. Okay, that's like a lower tier Q. That's kind of crazy. It's crazy to just throw that in the story. They definitely have not done that on any of the Star Treks I've seen. Like they had the Native Americans. They had an episode where they had Native Americans, but like space Native Americans, and they're just like, eh. You see that? It's the fucking 80s. Every 80s show had like some kind of Navajo insert in there because they just like think that they're cool, you know.
But that's what they said.
They said they were primitive.
You said the Hotari were primitive.
They are.
Except for the part about weaponizing ion storms.
If you'll excuse me, Commander Ryder.
Commander, if I could have a quick word with you.
Of course.
I'm encouraged to see the Federation supporting my people. I'm afraid of what might happen without your help.
If anyone deserves thanks, it's Ambassador Spock. No one is more invested in negotiating a peaceful settlement to this conflict than he is.
I'm so glad. We need his help before the situation escalates further than it already has. It's been very trying. I saw you speaking with the Iridian. I'm sure they're painting themselves as the victims.
The Iridians are under the impression the Hotari are somehow the cause of the ion storm.
Which I'm sure they attribute to our lack of experience or sheer inferiority. But we are as much the victims of this horrific storm as they are. For the first time in our history, the Hotari have the upper hand. We see ourselves as strong instead of downtrodden. Their voices have risen up. Their voices shouted down. Calvin and Sidron have become national heroes. Now they have the Queen's ear. Better or worse, depending on your perspective.
They have the Queen's ear. Wait, so the ambassador is also sidelined from the discussion?
I take it they're against a negotiated peace with the Ilidians.
Heroes tend to want more of what made them heroic. If it were up to them, they'd wage all-out war and bring ruin upon us all. My fear has been that the Ilidians will launch an attack and crush us. We've seen their starship, no doubt. They could have retaken the mines whenever they wanted to, but it never happened. And as strange as this may sound, I'd almost say they're afraid. I just don't know what they're afraid of. It's still the same bluster and bravado you would expect from them.
They have space shamans. The question on everybody's minds is, what are the space Brits scared of?
But it has no teeth. If they're afraid of what might happen.
Was it for fear of the repercussions, once the Federation became part of the equation?
Possibly. I almost want to say this was from the very start. Before engaging the Federation was even on the table. Since the day of the revolt, Galvin has seized control of the mines and restricted all access. No one's allowed without his personal authorization. They've taken over a section of the palace with just as much secrecy and security. I'm told it could be something they brought back from the mines. Made inquiries, but everyone pretends it doesn't exist. I strongly suspect they're hiding something.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. But that's what concerns me. Whatever they're hiding, it can't be good.
How can we know?
I'd better see what's happening.
Do you think you can find out what they're hiding? I need to see proof of something before I can make my case to the Federation.
I can try, but even if I found it, I might not know what to make of it.
Take this. You can use it to capture whatever you find, and then send it to me.
Hell.
Thank you. I will let you know what I find. And I look forward to the meeting again.
Okay, that's a great I think I might have missed that part during the briefing. I'm sure they brought it up. I don't know if this is the first time it was revealed. But they did hint at during the last cutscene, during the briefing, they did hint that they did hint that the space Brits were hiding something, because of the time that they delayed in attacking. Federation found that strange, so the plot didn't imply they were scared, but they did say it was strange. It also makes the reader wonder, ooh, why is it strange? Space shamans. They didn't mention that, like, the Hotari. They did say it's awfully convenient the storm is happening right now. May have something like, have they perhaps harnessed a being beyond their control? What if they're not space shamans, but space warlocks? Like, using this unspeakably powerful demon to, like, do their dark bidding. Okay, these are what their military guys look like. It is a interesting design for a police force. Leaving your arms exposed like that, not the most professional look. Though, I mean, how much more protection does this cloth give? Is this the exit? Where are we supposed to be going? No goal. No goal marker?
They seem proud of their culture. Pride can lead to rash action.
Report your findings to Captain Solano. Yeah, where might he be?
Well, that was a disaster.
What happened?
The Hotari refused to concede anything, so the Illidians stormed out.
The Hotari did not invite us here as peacekeepers. I hope your efforts will be fruitful for ours.
Peacekeepers. So this is like a reverse. So that was like a reverse of the previous section. Because this time we were on the outs, but the first time around, the junior crew had been let go early, and then we were on the inside talking about the largest plan, and yeah. Mirror of the first briefing.
Gravitational harmonics failing to resolve. Warp bubble stability degrading. Increase output to maximum.
Increasing warp output to maximum.
It's happening again.
It is evident that presently the Resolute cannot achieve warp propulsion.
Since our diagnostics rule out any problems with our warp systems or anything about the ship, the problem appears to be the fabric of space itself.
Space itself? You're saying something about this region of space prevents warp travel?
Prevents it, or can't sustain it.
However improbable, that appears to be the case.
We need to know more.
The storm didn't stop us from leaving space dock and traveling. But could it still be causing this interference with warp travel?
We must follow sound investigatory principles. Do not let an assumed conclusion drive your analysis.
Sometimes we need a little inspired thinking, Mr. Chopa. Captain Solano is on his way back from the negotiations, and I want to have some answers for him when he gets here.
Indeed. Given the facts at hand, we may be able to deploy subspace probes around the ship to construct a clear picture of the phenomenon.
Around the ship. I'll prep a shuttle.
Assumed. Goals / jumping to conclusions.
I'm setting up a waypoint at a distance roughly corresponding to the edge of our warp field. When we get there, I'll deploy the first probe.
Okay. I gotta make sure I write down. Ooh, this is a different section. Ignore that. Let me make it even more obvious. What? To fly forward, to fly backward, turn. Okay, easy. Yeah, careful not to bump into this ship. Okay, we are now doing
Commander Westbrook, the Resolute systems are calibrated to receive the probe's readings. Standing by to reproduce the warp field collapse after the first probe is deployed.
Thank you, Mr. Chobak. We'll be in position shortly.
And, Mr. Diaz, do take care in piloting the shuttlecraft. Now is not the time to indulge in the human penchant for joyriding.
Damn.
Chobak probably isn't such a fun guy to work for, huh?
Nah, Lieutenant Commander Chobak's not so bad. You know, once you get used to it. And, not I've learned a lot working under him.
I have a feeling I'm going to have to work harder to be a political animal like you. This new first officer coming aboard.
It's crazy. The guy's flying in the middle of an asteroid.
This is far enough. Transporting the first probe into
This is a
position.
fantastically dense
Westbrook here.
oh, we teleported it out.
We are reading it. You're about to replay the simulation.
I'm just not getting any traction with her. Commander Rydick. She rejected my plan to use a deflector pulse against the storm surge. She didn't listen to me when you were out in the hull and I was trying to make it safer for you. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with doing that, sir. I'm sure she's a fine officer, even if we don't see eye to eye. But she didn't go through what the rest of us did. We know that. And it's hard to figure out why she'd be the one Solano chose instead of, well, one of us.
I've heard some good things. You should at least give her a chance.
I'll take that under advisement.
Test is running. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1, on.
All right, that is definitely a problem with the fabric of space. We need to get another probe out there.
That's crazy.
With 2 points of data, the Resolute and the probe, we've managed to get an interference pattern. I'm setting a waypoint to a particularly strong area of interference. We'll deploy the second probe there. Listen, I'm going to give you a piece of advice I wish someone had given me. Make sure you're never just one thing. Don't get so focused on what's in front of your face that you lose sight of the big picture. Before Rydick showed up, the captain pulled me into his ready room and told me he didn't think I had the people skills to be first officer. What a load of crap. I mean, you'd said that about Chauvin. Sure.
Is that why you're being so friendly to me? Politics?
That would be clever, but I think you give me more credit than the captain does. You're all right, Diaz. And you've got potential. You're a capable engineer. You're good in the field. Keep up the good work. Who knows? Solid jack of all departments like you could be commander-in-chief of Starfleet one day. Hell, Admiral Jellicoe started as a shuttle pilot. And there are places to go in the enlisted ranks, too. Of course, if you get an officer's commission, they'll put you on another ship.
You know, I'd be the best leader Starfleet ever had. Lower decks always have to fix all the problems command causes. Maybe I'd just save everybody some steps.
Well, don't forget about us little people when we're running things.
Damn, dude. Mr. Lower Decks. Damn, dude. They were... The Lower Decks episode was really a formative episode for all of Star Trek. Like, it's such a random episode jammed in there, and with all of, like, the bizarro concepts that they like explore, that one has stuck the most in the media. lost in thought for a second.
Gotta remember where you came from.
Okay, yeah, it's a fairly empty stretch, so...
Here. This is close enough. Stop the engines.
This thing does not exactly go fast.
Westbrook to Commander Chovak. We're ready for another sampling of data.
Very good. Running the simulation again. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1. On.
There it is again.
I saw it. Seems to be direction.
But what about the scans? Anything?
Here's the readings in relation to our local space. We've got the Resurgence, Atari Prime, and the Crows.
This interference is overloading the sensor buffers. We're gonna have to triangulate the sensors manually. We got something.
These markers indicate peaks in the gravimetric interference patterns.
Let's see if I can find some more.
Peaks in the gravimetric... something something. This is where we are. In a corridor.
Hold up. This is coming from the moon.
Beam that blocks warp travel.
Aimed right at us.
Someone is doing this intentionally. I don't know how they're doing it. It's like nothing I've ever seen.
We're under attack and we didn't even know it. We need to stop them. Unplug whatever it is they're hitting us with.
Now, look here. Current readings of the ion storm.
These concentrations. They line up with the interference pattern. The storm. And this beam. They're coming from the same place.
Carter, whatever petty local conflict brought us here, it's just a small part of something much bigger.
The close-up on his face.
Presently, we don't have an explanation for how they're doing this. One thing is clear. This is no fluke.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook. I want a full briefing when I'm back on board. Solano out.
A targeted weapon that inhibits warp travel. Coming from the moon tower.
That would explain the difficulties my shuttle encountered. More importantly, the tenor of the Atari during the negotiations.
Here I thought the Illydians would be the problem. The peace talks and the warship. This wasn't supposed to be so complicated.
God damn it, we're under attack. Atari Storm. No, it's actually they Storm.
We're right to be worried. If they're targeting the Resolute and we can't go to work, that effectively leaves us at their mercy.
Which puts us in a rather difficult position.
Especially if they have more tricks up their sleeve.
Tyrus, the Hotari representative, said she thought they found something in the mines. Galvin and Sidron brought it back to the palace, but they're keeping it under tight security. She's going to investigate. I gave her my tricorder. I expect she'll contact us soon.
We found him out. Why would Tyrus help us? She go behind her people's back? A fair question. Consider.
She doesn't like the way Galvin and Sidron have been manipulating the situation. And the Queen. Working with us to go around them isn't the same as betraying her people.
That may be true.
She's certainly more likely to help than the other Hotari we've met.
That raises another question. Specifically, what do the other Hotari have to gain in bringing us here? Only to make this hostile maneuver against them. There must be some motivation.
Unless they changed their minds between when they asked and when we got here.
Sidron was very curious when we spoke outside the Queen's chamber. He wanted to know all about us, our ship, the Federation. He wasn't giving any answers. He was looking for them.
Well, I'm sure you didn't tell him too much. I don't think the Illydians know what's really down on that moon either.
Major Arminta said the revolt defied explanation. That the Hotari miners somehow harnessed the energy of the storm.
Harness the energy of the storm?
Doing that is not even our capabilities.
That's the thing. But they are also the ones of it. They think have space W weapons mass destruction. So the Otari think that we have the weapons of mass destruction, or no, that the Otari have them, but they also think that we have them. So they're kind of like they're like thinking, yeah, you know what, these guys. I don't know.
So is a weapon that disrupts warp travel.
There have been civilizations and entities, both past and present, far more technologically advanced than the Federation.
The Illydians and Hotari don't fall into that category.
But that is all the more reason to investigate further.
Commander Rydeck, Sergeant.
I wonder if they've done that before in terms of Star Trek episodes. They kind of did with that charlatan as but it was like in a very 80s way. Like the cards, damn, what was Enchantress? Enchantress, that's the word. That's neutral call. God damn it, dude. All these ideas I write down all the time. And how many times is it really a super insightful comment, you know?
Corrupt. We received an urgent call from Atari. Queen's advisor, Tylus, has asked us to
Put her through.
Holy shit.
I'm not supposed to leave my post.
It's only for a moment. I so appreciate your help.
She's distracting the guard.
Got it. Tylus, if we needed to gain access to the mines on town, is that something you could help us with?
I suppose. I have to go.
Tylus.
Can we reconnect?
Sorry, Captain. We've lost all contact.
We can only hope she escaped without harm.
It's hard to tell.
I'm the one who got her into this. If something happens to her, it's my fault.
She's one of the Queen's closest advisors. I'm sure she'll be fine. Assuming the Queen isn't a partner. Let's see the scan of whatever the hell that was.
It's true, we did see something.
This came from the mines on town.
It appears to be of ancient origin, but the markings are unfamiliar.
We can run a full analysis when we get back to the residence. If this came from the mines, well, it might be the key to how they got the upper hand against the Libyans.
Then we have to go into the mines.
The Federation would not allow that. You're, after all, secured to be a neutral party in a peace negotiation. However,
Damn, the dirty cut to the lower decks crew? Jesus.
could demonstrate that the Hotari have acted in bad faith, which would enable us to investigate the mines on town with full justification. course, we would need conclusive proof before taking action. Otherwise, it could put us in a difficult position.
What the Federation doesn't know won't hurt them. If I do it right, nobody will know I was there.
Well, man, I'm surprised.
We may have a better understanding once we've analyzed the events. But a mission to the mines, covert or otherwise, is not out of the question. And I will handle the Federation.
Damn. Spock helping us break the rules?
As I was telling Carter, I want all the data I can get on this warp car. And the negotiating team's shuttle has been reporting data all the way back from Hotari. Even better than our clocks. So pull the sensor and engine ISOs from the Melville when it sets down. Will do.
We're the real badasses now. Yeah, fuck the Federation. I do things my way. Real Kirk style. Kirk style.
I'll join you and Chovak down in engineering to run another analysis after the briefing.
I didn't like this warp problem when we thought it was some astronomical anomaly. I like it a hell of a lot less now that we know someone is doing it to us. How does it work? What do we even do about it?
So we pull his chips and find out.
He does do that a lot.
Some damage on the way. That ionic interference scored the hull plating. Maybe some micro rods. Let's try pulling together.
All right.
3, 2, 1. It won't budge. Gotta be the storm damage. We need to... Welcome back. Any excitement down on the surface?
Excitement? No. Nothing like that.
Hey, can you hand me the EJ7 interlock? From the toolbox.
I don't know what that is.
Not much use for one in a security detail, huh? Carter?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Damn, dude. Intellect mobbed her.
Okay, I'll apply pressure where you decouple the pen.
Be professional.
Here, I'll help.
You got this. Thanks for the hand. We have to get these isolinear chips down to engineering.
No problem. You really know everything about these ships, don't you? The tools, the systems. Like a walking Starfleet technical manual.
Well, I wouldn't say everything, but I know my stuff.
I can see that.
Come on, start pulling chips.
I don't really know what makes that woman tick. Oh yeah.
What's this?
Some kind of crystal formation?
Whoa. This substance is a quantized spin crystallization of hydrogen, carbon, and lithium. It's emitting tetrametric pulses at an interval of 3.8422 seconds.
Quantized crystallization isn't natural. I mean, it's only theoretical as a means to engineer matter on a subatomic level. What's it doing in there?
It's a theoretical material? What? That is crazy. That is crazy. What about in Greek times, philosophy as magic?
Wait. Regulation 364, subsection 9.
What?
Regulation 364, subsection 9 orders that in the case of an unknown foreign substance infiltrating a sealed system, it will be placed in secure confinement before further examination. Retrieve a containment module.
Damn.
Don't you think we're more equipped to deal with whatever this is?
No. Before anything else, this is a security issue. You don't even know what this is.
Which is why we need to study it.
Once it's contained.
If it's not natural, then someone might have put it there. It could be a tracking device. Some kind of sabotage. Or even a bomb.
Which is why we need to get it to the containment lab.
Come on.
I can't make an exception. Not even for you.
I'm still going to report these crystals to Commander Westbrook when we send the shuttle data.
And I will inform my superiors. I'm taking this just as seriously as you are. But I overheard talk about the warp disruption on the shuttle. And all these crystals? Maybe this situation is more than we can handle with just a science vessel. We could trigger a distress call, get Starfleet to send more ships. Or I could send a message to my old CO on the Adirondack.
trying to think. No.
Get some combat-tested vessels. We shouldn't do this alone.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. If you think you could do it without getting in trouble.
I'll find a way.
Be very careful.
Okay, stand back. Get this to the containment lab. We'll get it set up for you. I'll let you know when it's safely confined.
Oh, we'll be there.
Last thing you want is to study this down in main engineering and have it explode next to the warp core.
Damn.
Almost forgot.
Can't have that.
For a second, I thought she'd gone cold on you. Like she might have changed her mind. But I guess this whole situation has her spooked. Maybe she knows more than us? Or it's because this is all happening so fast. But she usually doesn't scare easy.
Of course she's taking it seriously. That's her job. She's on duty, she's gotta be on the lookout for danger.
Yeah, but talking about sending a distress call on her own, that's going too far. Although, you didn't seem to think so. She was probably just thinking out loud. I'm sure she couldn't her senses. This mission has enough complications stacking up.
We'll get through. You, me, and Miranda too.
Well, you know, if the sensors don't.
Commander Rydick was able to work behind the scenes during the negotiations. He made contact with a representative from the Hotari delegation named Titus. She mentioned an unusual artifact of unknown origin being held under tight security within the Hotari palace. She believes came from the mines on Tau. This artifact might have a connection to the revolt, the storm, and to the warp disruption we now know has been targeted at the reservoir. Commander Rydick, you want to take it from here?
Of course. Tylus managed to infiltrate a heavily guarded location within the palace and sent us these scans using my tricorder. It appears to be some sort of control panel, possibly connected to the warp disruption weapon originating on Tau. Of particular interest is this symbol, which we couldn't identify the origin of.
The Federation database has records from a vast number of civilizations. If anyone from Starfleet has come across this before, the system should recognize it.
Cross-referencing with Federation records.
Displaying symbols from Federation database with a 90% probability of match or higher. Select a symbol to further analyze.
Not quite. Could this be it, actually? No. Come on. You made a noise.
99.2% match.
Got it.
So, what are we looking at?
The design and composition indicate this is a glyph associated with the ancient Takan Empire. Their civilization collapsed over 600,000 years ago, but once spanned millions of systems with a population numbering in the trillions.
Fascinating. The Takan were once the most advanced, most powerful civilization in the galaxy.
Is it possible the Hotari found Takan technology?
I wonder if they even know what they have.
It's like they're the Inguithans. Freaking... God, what was that game? Pillars of Eternity reference for everyone.
Knowledge of the Takan is limited. I have only encountered passing references to it.
We don't have the first idea what this is or what it means. And we have all of the Federation records available to us.
Perhaps we should see what else the Federation records show.
Computer, what is the last reported discovery of other Takan artifacts?
On Stardate 41386.4, the USS Enterprise D under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard discovered a Takan outpost in the Delphi Ardu system. According to the mission summary, an unbreakable energy-draining field was deployed against the Enterprise and a Ferengi ship. The Enterprise was only able to escape after negotiating their release with an entity known as Portal 6-3,
Yes!
Guardian of the Takan Empire.
Unbreakable energy training field. It starts...
I remember this episode. In the back of my mind, I could scratch at it. It's also the first time they introduced the Ferengi. Empire, first time. Ferengi.
It makes sense.
What else is there?
There's a lot here. Let's take it piece by piece.
Select the aspect you wish to learn more about.
Okay. I'm familiar with what happened in the episode.
There appears to be some sort of restriction order from Starfleet. Computer, explain this restriction.
A Starfleet directive similar to General Order 7 forbids entering the Delphi Ardu system or attempting to make contact with Portal 6-3.
Starfleet doesn't throw up a no trespassing sign for just anybody.
I suppose it makes sense considering what happened to the Enterprise D.
Federation says no trespassing.
The technology to capture and hold the Federation flagship would have to be unbelievably powerful. Computer, what else can you tell us about the energy-draining field the Takan used?
The Enterprise D was unable to break free on its own. The precise nature of the technology was never fully understood. Only that the crystalline technology used was beyond the comprehension of then-current Starfleet science.
The engineering team found a quantized spin crystal formation in the shuttle you took to Botani. They registered petrometric radiation coming from it.
We have Takan technology on board right now?
I might. I'll run a full analysis in the containment lab.
Oh, that's what it is. Holy shit.
someone from the Takan Empire is actually still around.
Or at least was, 16 years ago.
Computer, what other information do you have on Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire?
The entity known as Portal 6-3 is of an unknown nature. A biped humanoid, he was unaware that the Takan Empire no longer existed at the time of the encounter. He was able to control the crystal-based technology of the Takan outpost through apparent telepathic means. It was by his choice that the Enterprise was released from the energy draining field after Commander William T. Riker of the Away Team argued on behalf of both Starfleet and the Ferengi.
Telepathic control of their technology.
As I have said, they were the most advanced civilization in the galaxy.
That's crazy. The Takan Empire. Was it the sent space.
What sort of planet is Delphi Ardu-4?
Delphi Ardu-4 is an M-class planet, a barren rocky world with little to no vegetation and frequent ion storms. The giant crystals that grow there absorb energy, but it is not understood how they do so. The entire Delphi Ardu system, consisting of 11 planets, was considered completely uninhabited until the encounter with Portal 6-3.
Frequent ion storms. That can't just be a coincidence.
The Illidians should have crushed the revolt. But if the Hotari have Takan technology and can control it, I see why they're willing to negotiate peace. For all we know, this could be just the beginning. We're up against something greater than we can imagine.
There's only one way to find out. We need to see what's down there for ourselves.
I might be able to help with that. We've been able to triangulate the source of the ionic interference and warp disruption to a specific mine on Tau. Engineering used the latest data from the shuttle to pinpoint its origin. There.
So we know where to look.
Commander Rydek's right. We need to know what's down there, what the Hotari are hiding. Better understand what we're up against, and to neutralize it if we can.
Captain, embarking on a mission to the Hotari moon would not be viewed favorably by either side. However, given the circumstances, we are entirely within our rights to defend ourselves.
I just want to make sure this doesn't blow up in our faces. That's why I'm thinking of sending Commander Rydek on a covert mission to Tau. Assuming you're up to the task. It would require absolute secrecy. And obviously, it's not without risk.
I'll get the away team in and out. They're in safe hands with me.
Under normal circumstances, that would be the case.
Now we're Riker.
Given the sensitive nature of this incursion, I'm afraid you'll have to go it alone. I'm hoping Tylus can accompany. The priority is to avoid detection. It's a calculated risk. The last thing we need is to get caught and then blamed for violating our neutrality, aggravating an already tense situation. We can't afford any mistakes, which is why I've chosen you.
Tylus will be essential to my success. Not only her knowledge of the mines, but her ability to gain access, particularly now that we know which mine we need to get into.
Make sure she understands the need to keep this covert.
She's not going to want her people to know about this.
Get in touch with Tylus and make the necessary arrangements as discreetly as possible.
Bridge to Captain Solano. The Illidians have moved additional ships to the edge of the Hotari system. Current heading is straight for the homeworld.
Understood.
It would seem we no longer have the luxury of waiting. In that case, may I suggest you and I return to Hotari Prime? Doing so will provide Commander Rydek as much time as possible to complete her mission.
Agreed. We'll hail the Queen's delegation from my ready room. We all know what we need to do. Dismissed.
We are going Riker.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsolon, where is the crystal formation that you found in the shuttle? I have tasked Ensign Calloway with performing a full analysis of the tetrametric pulses.
Security brought it to the containment lab.
I was just there. They don't know anything about it. Security never checked it in.
Miranda never got there.
She's the one that had the crystal formation?
Yeah, her and the rest of the security detail from the negotiations.
Diaz to Maris. Carter Diaz to Miranda Maris.
Commander Westbrook to Petty Officer Miranda Maris. Respond.
Something's not right.
She's still on the ship. She has to be.
Computer, locate Petty Officer Miranda Maris.
Petty Officer Miranda Maris is in the isolinear storage array on Deck 5.
I'll go find her.
Good.
I am sure Mr. Diaz can attend to this on his own.
God damn, what's that girl up to? Why is it so spooky in here? This is what a server room would look like, I guess, back in the day. I'm not quite sure.
Someone improperly pulled these isolinear chips.
Yeah.
Take this.
Enter silently. Okay, nothing that we missed. Time for a jump scare. No, this is still Star Trek. They don't really do horror in Star Trek. I'm hoping. Creep factor.
Oh, it's just you. I'm busy right now. Why don't you come back later?
I'm glad I found you. I was worried. We tried you on the comm badge and you didn't answer.
Oh, I guess I was just caught up in my work. But I'm through here, so I can't stay and chat. I have other things to do. Sorry you came all this way for nothing.
Hold on a sec. Commander Westbrook said the crystal formation we found in the shuttle never made it to the containment lab. He sent me to find you.
I don't know why he'd say that. I brought the crystals to the lab myself. Whatever he told you, he got it wrong. All I know is where I left them.
If that's the case, let's both go down there and find them. It's that simple.
I don't have time for that. I have work to do. Look, I appreciate that you came to check on me, but I'm fine. You worry too much. We're on a starship. Nothing's gonna happen to me here.
Miranda, you can be honest with me. Are you in some kind of trouble? The crystals are missing, and now I don't even know what you're doing in here pulling ISOs.
Will you drop it? I don't like being interrogated, Carter.
Hey, wait up!
I'm getting some very mixed signals from you right now. I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of stress right now. Just tell Chovak or whoever I don't know where the crystals are, and let me go about my business. I know we have some things to figure out. I don't have time to stand around and debate with you. Not right now.
I want to help you, but you're not making it easy.
Then I'll try to make it simple. You don't have to say anything at all.
Miranda, hold on!
No. Get out of my way.
Ooh, baby. Chip her. Trip her ass. Oh, isn't this romantic?
So I see you found each other.
You were taking so long, the commander sent us to see what the problem was. Diaz, you were sent here with specific orders, and fighting your crewmate wasn't one of them. What the hell is going on here?
Let's just let them explain.
I'd like to hear that, because I know what it looks like.
There's something seriously wrong with her. She's not herself, I'm telling you.
What does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
Well, for one, she was copying data onto this.
This drive is unauthorized.
There are ISOs all over the floor.
And that's why I was in here, investigating this situation. And when Carter came looking for me, we got our wires crossed. It wasn't anything more than that.
Even if that was true, it still doesn't answer what happened to the crystal formation that she took. And she isn't helping.
I can't tell you what I don't know. I brought them where they belonged, and that's where I left them.
I don't know what's going on here, but I think we need to call it into security. She can explain herself in the brig.
Hold on a minute. We don't need to put this on anyone's permanent record. Carter said you're not yourself. If something's wrong with you, we should head to sickbay and the doctor will fix you right up.
Yeah, I haven't felt right since I came back from Hotari. I think I should see the doctor.
You two know her? If you really think she's not well, we can take her to sickbay first. But what I know is this is a security breach, and we should treat it as such.
Please, just let me go see the doctor.
She did have a bumpy ride back on the shuttle. Come on, Carter. We should get her taken care of.
You better be sure about this.
Let's take her to sickbay. It's better than the brig, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Fine. Get checked out by medical. You two go with her. I'll put this back together.
That's one big mess. Quality of writing is just superb. Superb, I say. Gosh darn it, what time is it? Manages to outshine even let's put a pin in this. It was a great time. I loved it. But it's super. They did a great job. Tour the Resolute. Ooh. This is something you don't see a lot of these days. Extras. Here's the sets. Woohoo. What's this? Okay, well, there's nothing here to interact with, but perhaps there are some things we may interact with. The number one doesn't get any fucking armrests. Come on, man. Even I have armrests. Oh, and they whooshed. That's crazy, man. Wow. Okay. Oh. That is crazy, man. IRL lower deckers. What? IRL lower deckers? That'd be crazy, man. Okay, ooh, the captain's quarters. I even missed that we ended up there. Where was the bridge? Yeah. Across the way from the elevators. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so we never walked this transition, but it does exist. Which is crazy. I don't remember us doing the walk. Hey, replicator? Replicator? I mean, this is obviously, pure Mass Effect heads. I don't know. They either thought they needed this, or... Ooh, conference room. Conference room. Get to scrub the fucking tables. Conference room. Yeah. Hello? What kind of art do they put up in this ship? Outrageous. Is that concept art? Like, I don't get it. What kind of art did they put in this thing? It's crazy. Okay. Well, the elevator, y'all. Turbo lift. Take us to computer core. Sick bay. Shuttle bay. Transport room 1. The brig. Oh, the brig. Engineering. Take us to deck 1. Nacelles. Engineering. Port airlock. Computer core. Sick bay. Shuttle bay. Computers, take us to the brig. Deluxe. Okay, limited. Take me to the bridge. Captain's ready. Conference room. Somehow that's a flaw to have the brig so close to the transporter room. Oh, so classy. Okay, Scotty, pin me down. Hello, a light in the air, be nice. It's kind of creepy in a way. Like being in such a lifeless back rooms. It reminds me of the back rooms, honestly. Hello. Okay. We've investigated. I don't have to go through every area of the ship. I get the gist. So, anyway, I got distracted, but I wanted to say it was a fun time, and I quite enjoyed the part of this stream where we were doing like kind of like writing things, and especially I felt more inspired than I normally do playing a story game, put in stickers there when I felt the story had reached some kind of peak. And to be honest with you, I did find it a little bit weird in terms of, like, I've tried many times to get into this practice, but it always felt like it would be a bit much. I felt like one of those things, like, I didn't want to be take it too far, you know, go overboard with it. But I think that it really, keeping this kind of journal just helps you enjoy the story experience more. Because, yeah, the story does lose a lot of momentum in between sessions, and at least rereading through the parts of the script and kind of like get the same beat going in terms of excitement. I don't know. It seems like a way to get a little bit of extra fun if, like, you're feeling that the story is dragging a little bit. Like here, the story was like really fast-paced, really snappy, and it's perfect for like a TV audience's attention span for sure. Attention-wise, I think that games that like involve a lot of reading are very different kind of entertainment, I would say. I don't. It's a long subject to get into, but I might use that as like the kernels to some video idea. I don't know. We'll think about it. Anyway, this has been a super great stream, and I'm looking forward to doing more of this sometime soon. See you later, chatters.